Good morning, students. Today we will study about verbs. This is a very simple topic, you already know about it. Verbs are the doing words, they are the action words like eat, sleep, fight, drink, dance, etc. Let us read. A verb is a word which indicates an action in present, past, or future tense as performed by a subject or acted upon an object. So, what do you mean by acted upon on subject? Let us read more examples. Ruchi likes ice cream. Ruchi is subject, the underlined word is verb, and ice cream is object. So, the object of the verb likes is ice cream. So, likes act upon ice cream, that is the object. Monica is a sweet girl. Underline word is a verb, it is a helping verb. A cart has 4 wheels. Has is again a verb, it is a helping verb. So, in the sentence, there can be main verb, there can be helping verb, or both together. It depends on the tense of the sentence. Now, let us read about object of a verb. Look at the following sentences and the questions that follow. Ruchi likes ice cream. Question you will ask, what does Ruchi like? Answer will be given by this word, which is the object. We say ice cream is the object of the verb likes. This is the same thing that I told you earlier, that it acts upon object. So, the verb is acting upon the object ice cream. Number 2, Monu wastes money. Question is asked, what does Monu waste? Answer is given by the object money. Money is the object of the verb waste. So, you can say that the verb waste act upon the object money. Some more examples. Namrata talks politely. Talks is present form of the verb, so it shows present action. Namrata talked politely. Here talked is the past form of the verb talk, so it is past action. Namrata will talk politely. Since this is the future form, will talk, so it is a future action. So here you should understand that the changing of the verb changes the tense of the sentence. As the verb changes, so the tense changes. Now, you should know what is transitive and intransitive verb. A verb that requires an object to complete its sense is called a transitive verb. So, what is a transitive verb? Transitive verb is that verb which has object with it, means the sentence is completed only when it is supplied with the object. Let us see examples. Supriya writes a letter. Here Supriya is subject and writes is verb and a letter is object. So, if you will read the sentence up till here, Supriya writes. So, this sentence is incomplete. You need a letter. You need this object to complete the sense of this sentence. Supriya writes what? The answer is given by this object, a letter. So, this verb writes is transitive verb. In the same way, John kicked a ball. John kicked what? Answer is given by a ball. This is the object and this is required by this sentence. Otherwise, its meaning won't be completed. Next, he writes poem. He writes what? Answer is given by this object poem. He writes poem. If you will read the sentence up till here, he writes, then the question arises what? Answer is given by this object poem. He writes poem. So transitive verbs are those verbs which carry object and whose meaning is not completed till they are supplied with a proper object. Now intransitive verb is just the opposite of it. In intransitive verb, the sentence, the verb does not require an object. A verb that does not require an object to make sense but makes a complete sense by itself means it does not require an object, and without object its meaning is complete in itself. For example, the kite flew. See, there is no object, but the objects and subjects are always nouns. So there is no noun after flew. The kite flew, and the sentence is complete in itself. It doesn't even require any object. So this flew is intransitive verb. Amrita played. Amrita played. This sentence is complete and played is intransitive verb. It does not require any object. The child weeps. Weeps is intransitive verb and it does not require any object. Okay, you can take one more way how to understand intransitive verb. As I told you, in transitive verb you ask the question what. Supriya writes what, answer is given by this object, that is a letter. John kicked, answer is given by a ball. He writes what, poem. The example, the answer is given by poem. Now in these three sentences there is no object, and even if you will apply the object, let us see, the kite flew in the sky. So in the sky you can assume as an object, but it is not a proper object. And the question you will ask, the kite flew where? Where? In the sky. So when you ask the question where, how, when, it will be intransitive verb, and when you will ask the question what, it will be transitive verb. Amrita played in the ground. Amrita played where? In the ground. So it is intransitive verb because you are not asking the question what, you are asking where. The child weeps bitterly. The child weeps bitterly. How the child weeps? You are asking how. So this weeps is intransitive verb. You should always remember, students, that helping verbs help main verb in changing its form. Helping verb changes the sentence into different tenses. For example, he has done his duty. If you remove has from here, then you cannot even use done. If you say he done his work, this sentence will be grammatically wrong. So it is required, if you are putting has, then you need to put verb third form. Next, he is doing his work. This is continuous tense. Because you are putting is, then only you are using ing form of the verb. If you are removing is from here, then he doing his work sentence will be wrong. So you must have understood that we need these helping verbs to change the tense of the sentence. Forms of the verbs, there are 5 forms of the verbs. Number 1, present tense forms is called V1. Eat, go, come. Past tense form V2. For example, ate, went, came. Past participle form, that is third form of the verb. Eaten, gone, come. Now ing form of the verb, that is V4. Eating, going, coming. Now present tense third person singular form. It means when your subject is singular, you put s and es with the first form of the verb. Eats, goes, comes. Now some forms of the verbs have been written for you. They will help in increasing your understanding. Let us see. Arise is first form of the verb. Arose is second form of the verb. and arisen is third form of the verb, and fourth is arising, and fifth is arises. So what is the difference between V1 and V5? This is the difference, that when your subject is plural, you will use V1. If your subject is singular, you will use V5. For example, they arrive home early. Because your subject is plural they, that's why you are using V1. Now let us use the same word with singular subject. He arrives late. Because your subject is singular, that's why you are using S with the first form of the verb, that is V5. Now let us see become, became, become, becoming, becomes. Break, broke, broken, V3, breaking, breaks. Buy, bought, bought, buying, buys. Catch, caught, caught, catching, catches. Come, came, come, coming, comes. Cut, cut, cut. All the three forms are same. Then cutting, cuts for singular subject. Die, died, died, dying, dies. Do, did, done, doing, does for singular subject. Drink for plural subject. For example, we drink water. Drank second form, drunk third form, drinking is fourth, and fifth form is drinks, like he drinks water. Eat, ate, eaten, eating, eats. Fall, fell, fallen, falling, falls. Fly, flew, flown, flying, flies. Forget, forgot, forgot, and forgotten is also correct for V3. Forgetting, forgets. That's all about verbs. In this video you have learned about various types, various forms of verbs, and what are transitive and intransitive verbs. I hope you must have understood. Thank you. Have a nice day.